Hey everyone, welcome to day 3 of the Black Ops 7 Zombies beta. I hope you're enjoying it as much as me. In today's video, I'll be pack-a-punching every weapon available to us to see which weapons will be the best. I'll be using a D to S tier ranking system. Let me know if you agree or not with any of my choices in the comment section. We're going to get the first gun off the list pretty quickly. It's the M15 Mod 0. I'm going to put this gun in the B tier for one reason and one reason only, and it's the fact that it doesn't do enough damage. Everything else about the gun's pretty good. You're pretty mobile when running around, it has enough ammo in it. It's just it would be a higher tier if it did do a little bit more damage. Okay, gun number 2, we've got the M10 Breacher, the pump action shotgun in the game. I'm going to put this one at the C tier. I don't like the way it shoots. You have to like charge it up to make the reticle kind of go smaller, and it kind of has a delay to it if you want to just tap it and not, and not make the reticle go smaller. Damage is okay. I wish it did a little bit more damage. It's not even close when it comes to the KRM in Black Ops 3. Okay, so gun number 3 is the MXR17, and it's very close to the M15 Mod 0. It doesn't do enough damage at all. The thing that puts it below the M15, in my opinion, is the fact it doesn't have enough ammo in the magazine. Pack-a-Punch does solve this issue a little bit, but not totally. And I find myself having to reload quite often, so speed cola is quite a necessity. So I'm going to slot this gun into the B tier, below the M15. Gun number 4 is the M8A1, and I have a little soft spot for this gun, I'm not going to lie. I love the M8A1 from Black Ops 3. I love the fact it's like a higher round burst, and I like the amount of damage it does. I'm going to slot it in the A tier because it does do decent damage, has a lot of ammo in it, and it can tread hordes down pretty well. It can hold its own for most of the start of the game. Probably round 15, maybe round 18 is kind of where it drops off. But in my opinion, it's a good gun. Next up, we've got the Jaeger 45. This definitely goes in A tier. Basically, when you pack-a-punch it, it becomes a little mini shotgun pistol. And I think when we get a Kimbo in the full game for this gun, it's going to be insane. Just because of the movement and the ammo and the fact with the potential of having an akimbo, unmatched to most of the weapons in the game. Next up, we've got the other shotgun in the beta, the Echo 12. This weapon's better than the Breacher in my opinion. I'm going to slot it into the B tier. It is a little bit weird when you shoot it. You kind of have to your character has to rotate the barrel a little bit, which is a bit odd. But overall, the damage is okay. Could be better again, but I think that's the case for all the weapons in the game anyway. But yeah, comfortable B tier here. Next up, we've got the Raiden 45K. It's a higher fire rate kind of SMG. The damage is okay. It could be better again. I'm going to slot this weapon into the B tier just because of the fact it's got a decent amount of ammo in the magazine. Otherwise, I would have put it in the C tier. The range is okay on it. Next up, we've got the Peacekeeper Mark 1. While I am really happy to see the gun back in the game, I do think it's the worst out of all the assault rifles. It's even less damage than the M15, and it's got a higher fire rate, which kind of makes up for that, but it's not many more bullets per mag. When you pack-a-punch it, it doesn't feel that much more powerful than the weapon. It's just not. It just doesn't do enough damage at all. So for that reason, it's going to go into C tier. Next up on the list, we've got the Razor 9mm. This is probably one of my favorite guns in the entire game, just because of the fact when you pack-a-punch it, the crosshair goes so small so that you can just hit fire and run around, and it doesn't even make a difference to the aim. It's as if you were aiming in the first place. It has a high mag capacity, high fire rate, does decent damage, and has a decent range. I'm going to put it low S tier just because of the fact it has that tight crosshair, which makes the mobility so much better. Definitely one of my favorite guns in the game, and a comfortable low S tier. Next up on the list is a familiar gun that we know is good, and it's the ray gun. Absolutely, this thing's going into the S tier. When you pack-a-punch it, it just ups the damage. The thing that kind of stops it from being a high S tier is the fact you can take splash damage, but that's completely negated if you use PhD flopper, which most people will do. I used it to get my calling card, the round 50 calling card. Obviously I used the trap, but that helped me clear up the rest of the zombies. I'd say it probably loses its effectiveness around 40 to 45 when you triple pack it, but overall, S tier weapon, one of the best in the game. Okay, so next up we've got the Mark 78. The Mark 78 is an LMG, the only LMG in the beta. Its damage is pretty good, I'd say, and the recoil is pretty easy to control. There's next to no recoil at all. Mobility is not very good. When you pack-a-punch it as well, you can feel the damage increase, which I like. Only things that bring it down is the fact it takes ages to reload. You need speed cola when you use this weapon. And taking in all those factors, I'm going to put this weapon at a mid A tier. Okay, next up we've got the Drabek 45. Very popular in the multiplayer beta. I would say in zombies it should be equally as popular. It's that good. When I got mine out the box, I had it purple, which was quite lucky. But even I'm sure when it's blue and green as well, it's just as effective. I had mine on round 14, no pack-a-punch, and it was purple. I was still doing amazing damage. I reckon it could have gone for at least another 5 rounds with without needing to pack-a-punch it. I shredded the barrel of this thing. The mag capacity is pretty good, especially when you pack-a-punch it as well. Puts it almost to 100 bullets per mag, and you get a decent amount of reserve ammo. Reload time's not bad at all. As it is an SMG, you get to be quite mobile with this as well. All round, it's a really good weapon. I'm going to put it at low S tier next to the Razor 9mm. Okay, next up, we've got the VS Recon, which is the bolt-action sniper in the game, the equivalent of the DSR-50 from Black Ops 2. This thing gets a really cool ability when you pack-a-punch it, very similar to the Razor 9mm, where you get a really tight crosshair again. When you shoot it, you can really feel there is no hipfire spread at all, and it does high damage because it's a sniper rifle. You get decent mag capacity with it too. The reload speed's a little bit slow, but with speed cola it helps a lot. It loses its effectiveness pretty quickly though, especially when you throw armored zombies into the mix. I'm going to put it at a high B tier, just because it loses its effectiveness when armored zombies come into the mix, so solid B tier. Next we've got the other pistol, which is the Coda, the automatic one. It's the Cap 40 basically, and it's a pretty good gun to be honest. Again, same with the Jaeger, you're really mobile. Damage carries out pretty well, even when armored zombies come into the mix. This weapon deserves a solid A tier, especially because the reload speed's quick. However, the one thing that knocks it down is the fact it has a low ammo capacity, so you have to reload quite often. Okay, so the next weapon on the list is the ARC M1, the rocket launcher. When you pack-a-punch it, it gains a few things. So one of those things is the fact it can shoot rockets like over and over again, like really quick. This is countered by the fact that it has a overheating feature, so if you shoot 4 rockets straight like without stopping, it will overheat pretty quick. Another thing that happens to it when you pack-a-punch it is it shoots instantly instead of delaying itself. It also doesn't have any mags, it just has 24 straight rockets. So if you shot one and waited a tiny bit and then shot another one and then kept doing it like that, you could shoot all 24 in a row. This does bump up the rating a little bit, to be fair. The last thing it does when it gets pack-a-punched is the fact it now pierces, so it's more like a laser beam than anything. It's pretty cool, to be honest. It's probably the weapon that changes the most when you pack-a-punch it, I'd say, which I think is really unique because you don't often see that with rocket launchers where they like change that much. However, another thing that brings it down for me is when you actually shoot like hordes of zombies with it, it doesn't pierce that many zombies, and I wish it pierced more. Just because of that, I'm going to put it down at the B tier. Next up, we've got the XR3 Ion, which is the burst sniper. Very similar to the P.06 from Black Ops 3. Overall design, the gun looks pretty cool actually, but when you pack-a-punch it, it doesn't change anything about the gun. It obviously does more damage, and the mag capacity is a bit more, but overall, I think the gun's just trash. The reload speed takes ages, the shot is delayed, it doesn't change when you pack-a-punch it, and it's not even that much more ammo capacity, and I found myself having to buy ammo for the gun quite often. Not much needs to be said about this one. It's just an absolute trash D tier weapon. Next up on the list, we've got the melee weapon, which is the Flatline Mark II. It's a kind of electric baton. Treyarch have actually added new features for the meleeing, where you can actually do melee critical damage. Pair this with the new heavy attack feature, where you right-click the weapon. You can get some pretty good damage going. You can one-shot zombies all the way up to round 5 without upgrading the rarity or pack-a-punching it. So instantly, this puts it at least a C tier. Pack-a-punching it just makes the weapon do more damage. There's obviously nothing to change about it. And if you pair this with Melee Macchiato, then you can put the weapon at B tier. But I'm going to put this without perks, and I'm going to say it's going to be a C tier. Last but not least, we have the Ray Gun Mark II. We all know what this does. We all know it's an absolute machine. Easily the best wonder weapon in the game right now. Obviously, we've got the new one coming out in Ashes of the Damned. But right now, this is easily the best weapon. Does the most damage, has a decent ammo capacity, the reload speed's quite quick, and it's effective with Pack-a-Punch Mark III between round 40 and 50. Overall, amazing weapon, high S tier. It definitely wins out of all these weapons. So that's my tier list all done. Let me know if you agree with my choices or not. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the beta, and I will catch you in my next video tomorrow. Peace.